In this video, I'm providing an update on the aftermarket Dasaita head unit that we installed back in October. I installed this unit back in October 2024. It is now July 2025, about 9 months later, and I've had zero issues with this unit. This unit is compatible with Toyota Rav4 from 2019 through 2022. Mine is a 2020. It has the Qualcomm 665 processor, Android 13, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and 256 gigabytes of storage. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It is very similar to the previous Dasaita head unit. It is just wider with a few more apps and features that comes with this. One in particular that I remember was an inclinometer, so the one that tells you your tilt angles. I will go through some of the Amazon reviews and the YouTube comment section for any questions or feedback on some of the comments or reviews that were made. These are fully of my own opinions. While this video is technically sponsored, it is of my own opinions and utilization of this over the last 9 months. Somebody gave this a 1 star and said do not buy. They were complaining about the Z-Link app that is used for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I have zero issues. When my car turns on, my phone connects in maybe less than 15 seconds, which is plenty fine for me. And then the Google Maps pops up, which is the default app that I have when I connect. So I have zero issues with the Z-Link. I don't know what happened with them, but everybody's experience is different. Maybe they had a very old Android or Apple device that just made it lag a lot longer. Somebody had an overheat warning. I never saw that on my unit. I also live in Ohio, Cincinnati area. The summers here are very hot and humid. I do get over temp warnings on my Calma AI unit, but I've never seen it on my head unit. Just not something I experienced, so I can't really comment on that. There is a question in the YouTube comment section about the radio tuning function. I don't use the radio. I use my device, YouTube Music or YouTube itself. The radio does work. It can pick up, radio signals and cast the audio. It also tells me what song is being played. So I guess depending on where you're located, that type of information can get transmitted, which is pretty cool. Another question asks, how does the music sound with this new unit? Completely fine. I removed the amplifier that I installed so that I can use the amplifier that is built into the head unit. It sounds completely fine to my ears, at least. I do have the JBL speakers that I added myself. I don't have the stock speakers of the Rav4, so your experience may be different. Another person asked if it fits with the original frame and if I needed to buy any cable adapters. I did not have to buy anything. Everything that is needed comes in the box. It fits right in place, and you use the same back cover right here that comes with the Rav4, and then there's just a bunch of wire harnesses to connect. So if you watch the video, you should be able to see that. Somebody's looking for an aftermarket head unit that supports 360 cameras. I cannot comment if it works on this unit. I do not have 360 camera features on my Rav4. How is the audio lag? This is a great question. When I watch a YouTube video on my phone and it casts the sound through Apple CarPlay, there is a lag. This happens with this head unit. This happens with the previous Dasaita head unit. This happens with the other aftermarket head unit. It just has to do with the Bluetooth technology or something in this that creates that lag. I'd say about 1 second, 2 second max, maybe half a second sometimes. It just depends on maybe the bit rate. But that is definitely a thing that happens. If you're an Apple user and you have your AirPods and you're watching a video, there's zero lag. That's just because it's all integrated as part of the family. You will not find that luxury with any aftermarket head unit to be very fast or in sync audio with the video. Will this head unit work on a 2019 LE if you upgrade? It probably will. According to the website, it works for 2019 all the way through 2022. I would definitely upgrade if you have an LE at a 2019, because in 2019 series, I don't think you have either Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, so this unit will take it years ahead of its time. Another question that's asked is if there's any lag on phone calls. I'd say there is slightly, but it doesn't hinder the conversation you're having with the person on the other line, so you won't really notice it. Another question asks, how's the Wi-Fi? It's completely fine. I am able to connect it to the hotspot of my device and stream any sort of video or music on the head unit itself if I don't want to use Android Auto or CarPlay. Does it have RCA pre-outs for an amp or multiple amps? I don't know how to answer that question because I do not know. If you look at the back, there is RCA ports. I just do not use it to provide you any answers on that. Another concern that somebody had is when they put the car in reverse, how long does it take for the reverse camera to show up? For me, it's instant or not noticeable to a point where I'm complaining about it. When I have the car off, like overnight, and I turn it on and I put it to reverse, it's also very snappy, so I don't have any issues. If you do have a lag, you may need to change the settings on the device so it just goes into like a sleep mode or a deep sleep versus turning off, where then it has to turn all the way back on. The unit does monitor the battery of the car. If it gets too low, I think it'll shut off, but you shouldn't have any issues from that perspective. That's it with this video. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. I'll maybe try to respond. Am I going to continue uploading videos? I really don't know. I started this during the COVID season because I had a lot of time. Now I do not. I do have an issue with my liftgate or power liftgate struts. I ordered some of those, so I'll be installing that and maybe posting a video. I also have another sponsored aftermarket head unit that I'm going to install and check out, and I have some sponsored seat covers as well that I will also review as well when I have a chance.